You're now tuned into the Spartanite. My name is Nadia Arain. I am an occult specialist that uses spiritual intelligence to empower entrepreneurs for massive profit and impact in all areas of their life. I'm also an award-winning mentor, award-winning author, Clairsentient psychic, and founder of the Spartanite. And today's round is really interesting. I am going to speak about what are the 5 very common money manifestation mistakes that most people make as to why money really doesn't show up in their life. So I know that there's a lot of people approach us traditionally at Spartanite to ask us questions about money and how to make more money, and I want to be able to save more, and I want to be able to do more, and I want to invest in my business, and I want a better job. And day in, day out, I see all different types of questions. But you see, irrespective of whether it's a job or whether it's a business or whatever it is you're choosing to do, money operates in the same linear fashion. So lots of people have been trained in society to only believe that you can only make money from a job, which is obviously incorrect, and every single business owner knows that. However, when you make the crossover and you begin working for yourself, or you begin to create a business for yourself, it doesn't mean that everything's all guns and roses. It's probably harder slog, harder fight, because the rules slightly change. So with that said, I wanted to be looking at those 5 critical, I would say, mistakes, but some people don't know their mistakes. Hopefully I can point them out, and it's really important to be able to know there's a right way of dealing with money, because if you don't, money itself has rules and it has laws that if you do not address and you violate, they simply run away from you. I talk about that more in my Spartanite pre-wealth program, and I'm going to chuck in the link below so that you're able to visit it. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is having low self-worth. Most people think that you can't ask for more money because I'm not really worth that money. A lot of people have this issue when it comes to pricing on an hourly rate, and I don't believe pricing in an hourly rate. It's one of those, it works for a very short period of time, or it works for something where that's not like your major income generator. But if you're somebody that, say, for instance, a service provider, and especially for self-employed people, I would say try and create packages, try and create done-for-you programs, try and create things that reduce your time and sort of separate your time from the money. Otherwise, you're going to have a really hard and difficult problem to be able to try and ask for more money, generally is what I say. Because if somebody's charging X amount per hour and you charge X, and they're like, oh, that's so expensive, it's just the same hour, and then you're stuck trying to backpedal, which is not good. Okay, so the second one that I usually say is a huge lack of clarity as to how you define wealth and success. Basically, your thinking is very cluttered, essentially, and you think, well, this is success and this is wealth, and they're all these arbitrary notions and thoughts that you've picked up from other people, and it's nothing to do with you itself, so to speak. You don't really know how you define success, how you define wealth, essentially. All you would be saying is, I want more money, and that's not really enough. You need to be able to have a plan to bring that money in. Otherwise, I guess you're really going to struggle with things, and you're going to have a problem with achieving that money more than anything. Okay, so the third thing I usually say is you don't ask for what you want. Most people are notoriously bad askers, so to speak. They just think nobody will give it to me, or nobody will say yes. It's like, well, how do you know until you ask, right? If you don't ask, the answer is always no. And with money, this is very true. Most people are very, especially in business, when people start out in business or they have money blocks or issues, they're very afraid to put a higher number. Like, I usually say it's easier to make bigger sales than it is to make small sales, because the people that are traditionally attracted to smaller sales or smaller amounts of money usually have a poverty conscious mindset, and they don't really see the value. It is easier to make a £3,000 sale than it is to make a £300 sale, and it is easier to make a £30,000 sale than it is to a £3,000 sale. So make of that what you want. Okay, number 4, so projecting from a space of lack, which which basically for me would mean a scarcity mindset. There's never enough. I try to save. I'm always scared to spend. I'm just scared. Money's everywhere in the world. It's just going in different places. The old rules of money have changed completely. And if you're obviously not aware on an energetic level how money works, it is very hard to bring it in because you are now dialed in at a lower frequency. And what do I mean by that? The lower frequency is how mass consciousness or the normal average Joe thinks all day long. I can't afford it, it's too expensive. I can't afford it, it's too expensive. I can't afford it, it's too expensive. Alternating between those two thoughts is where most people are at, which is exactly why the money never comes in. Basically, lots of people see spending as a form of loss, so to speak. Like, if I spend here, spent keyword is not a good word to use. Instead of saying that I want to invest my money into myself, or I want to invest my time, my money, my effort, my resources into something, they're so afraid to let that money go because the scarcity that's programmed in their mind keeps telling them that there'll never be enough to replace it. Okay, and the fifth one, and also my favorite one that I usually talk about, is chakra wealth, aura blocks, and limiting beliefs. Basically, when you're vibrating at a lower energetic frequency. So what happens when you vibrate at lower energetic frequencies? It's basically when you're trapped with sludge. It could be astral grime, it could be your aura is dirty, you have black magic on you, you have possession, whether it's demons, jinn, whatever you want to call it. Unclean spirits is what I say. Not all demons are unclean, some demons are great. Not all jinn are unclean, some jinn are great. So this is on the mass majority. I'm talking about most people who are very afflicted with spiritual issues, which I would say is about 90% of the world. So whether you're spiritual watching this or not, either way it affects you. It's kind of like if somebody said, I don't believe electricity exists. Well, put your finger in a socket, turn it on, and find out pretty quickly how it doesn't or does exist. So what happens when you're vibrating at a lower frequency, essentially, you struggle very much to be able to bring that money in, to keep it, and to make to make it run around and come in your life all the time, because money is very much like a circulation energy. A lot of people think that they only just want the money to flow into their account, but I want you to think of money as very liquid. So I want you to think this is like I don't know, a pond or a river or something. If there's money that just keeps coming in, or water, it's just going to get stagnant. Then you got mosquitoes and just nasty stuff, basically. That water needs to flow back out as well, which means you need to spend in people's businesses, you need to go to supermarket, you need to have an ebb and flow of money coming in, going out, coming in, going out. A healthy bank account is when money keeps coming in, goes out. But I don't mean that money comes in all the time and just goes straight back out. That's not my point. It's healthy. You're spending on healthy things, food, clothes, investment, different things in your business, in your job that helps you get further. So to recap, those 5 mistakes are basically: number 1, it's lack of self-worth. Number 2 is a lack of clarity on how to achieve that money, not more money. That doesn't solve anything. You need to be very clear. Number 3, you don't ask for what you want and then you're upset that people don't give it to you. People are not mind readers. I might be psychic personally, but I'm not going to sit there and try and read somebody's mind, and like, if you don't ask for it, you don't get it. Number 4, you project from a place of scarcity. It's too expensive, I can't afford it, blah blah, so on and so forth. And number 5, obviously, you have spiritual blockages that are really stopping you. If you feel like you've pushed everything that you possibly can, and you feel like you're a cow in labor is what I usually call it, and that little calf or that little baby is not coming out, then there are spiritual blockages that are stopping you from making that money. With that said, I cover a lot more in my pre-wealth program, which obviously is a very in-depth done for you course. It's an audio program, a transcript, and also a worksheet and a workbook, basically, that goes through all of it and rapidly changes your mindset. Like, comment, share, subscribe. There are much more goodies coming to this channel. I hope to see you soon. Take care, have a good day.